Hello guys, thanks for coming to our bi-weekly meetup session. Today, we're going to be sharing our progress on making a toolkit for building an high ROI in-house speech-related service toolkit. Its name is Tycho. And today we're going to be sharing the overview session. And if you have not subscribed our channel, please do not forget to scan this QR code or join our meetup on the QR code on the right. Here is the GitHub link and the QR code to our toolkit. Why we named that as Tycho? I think Tycho is a trailblazer in the astronomy domain, and also he has very accurate astronomical observations, which is very important in speech-related applications. Observation accurate. All right. What do we offer in this toolkit, Tycho toolkit? We basically allow you to do two things. First, you can build your own speech-related in-house service. Second, you can bootstrap your own speech-related research. And you may say, okay, wait, all you listed over here seems that can be provided by every toolkit. But let's take a look. First, it allows you to fine-tune your model. And besides that, we can curate dataset for you to fine-tune your model because we are a data vendor. Secondly, most of the toolkits do not provide customization function. We can assist you with the new feature development. For example, suppose you want to have accurate timestamps in your speech recognition, or you want to have streaming-based ASR or very fast ASR. We can also help with that. And the third thing is that evaluation and deployment. Most of the toolkits, they do not have very good evaluation or a very good deployment modules. And we also can help you to trace the issue and resolve those issues. Talking about research, I have to say that the toolkit is mainly for building services, but definitely the toolkit can be used for research because it supports you to train a very, very large models. And here, I'm gonna compare our toolkit to the main toolkits that's available for speech recognition and speech translation. I have two pages. This is page 1. And on this page, I mainly listed the highly cited or highly starred GitHub repos that are for research purpose mainly. You can see this is mainly for, those toolkits are mainly for research. The first one is called ESPNet, and the second is called SpeechBrain from Mila, and the third one is called K2 from Xiaomi. And I have to say that this was charted by another trailblazer in the speech recognition domain. The founder of this toolkit, his name is Dr. Dan Polvey. And the first one is WeNet. WeNet is widely used in China because it has very good documentation in Chinese. And here's our toolkit. All of them have pre-trained models, and all of these have evaluation or benchmarks. The reason was because most of the toolkits, they are mainly focusing on research. So this is why lots of time they put, what do you call that, evaluation together in the documented section of their toolkit. Okay, so then I have to say that for the deployment support, I don't think the first toolkit they have any deployment support. For the next two, K2 and the WeNet, they claim that they have deployment ready modules, but don't forget this. If you met any issue, then you have to post your issues on their GitHub or Slack or even WeChat group. It's like a WhatsApp group, and hoping the authors would have time to answer your questions. And also customization support, they support none of them. If the repo provides this, you can use it. If it doesn't provide this, they would ask you, hey, John, can you do us a favor to do this and just submit a PR? Definitely that's not the case, right? And also, in terms of large model training support, I mean training, okay? Large model training support, I don't think the first toolkit has enough. They do have, I have to say. And the K2, I don't think they have any large model support because it's very keen on their own research path. Because I think, that's my understanding, Doctor probably really believes that he would find a way to not necessarily use a large model for speech recognition. But let's wait and see. And recently, he made out something really cool. It's called Zip Farmer. I'm going to have a paper reading on that. WeNet also the same thing. And talking about us, you can see we are mainly targeting at the people who need to build their in-house services. And we do have pre-trained models. Small models are free, but large models, because we have our own cost, and that we're going to be charging that. We do have a very, very thorough evaluations module, and we do support deployment because besides our data service, we also provide tech consulting. We can help you to trace your issue. And customization support, definitely we do have this. I mean, if you have some need, you can talk to us. Large model, you can definitely train everything from it. All right, and then you want to say that, okay, wait, what's the problem of these models? Let me tell you what is the problem of the models. They do not have a good support of large models. I believe most of you or some of you have seen my ROI analysis on using large models. I think it's very easy to see that if you start off with the Whisper model, your investment, you're starting very low, and then you can easily reach the good to go line. I mean, you can easily launch your service, right? The model performance is good to launch your service easily by investing a little bit. All you have to do is to find a curated in-domain data set and then fine-tune on top of the Whisper model. Then your return. Here, the return is about the accuracy, speech recognition accuracy, or latency, etc. And you can get a very good return. This is high ROI. Right? But if you start from scratches like those toolkits, then if you want to build your own service, then you have to curate or procure a huge amount of a data set to reach the good to go line, and that's very low ROI. Okay, and this is why I think you should also take a look at these application targeting toolkits. They're of course they're saying that they're mainly for open source community, but I don't think they're good for people who are doing research. Because their models or their toolkits, their lack of flexibility as the toolkits I talked about before. And let's take a look. I listed the 4 main approaches. First is a seamless M4T at Meta, Whisper by OpenAI, and the Hugging Face. Here I meant third party because tons of people, they upload their models onto the Hugging Face. I think we're going to be uploading our small models onto Hugging Face too, just to have 2 purposes. First is to demonstrate that we can do better than Whisper small models by leveraging in-domain data sets. The second thing is that we want to show some evaluation results on those models, because I can see that for those toolkits which are for open source community, there's an old saying, you get what you paid. These people, they do not have time to work on these evaluations. It's not like the research toolkits. The developers are mostly PhD students. The boss, their PhD advisor, would definitely ask them to add those evaluations on top together with their toolkit. But for those toolkits, most people, they work in the company or doing this on their spare time, and they're not getting paid for this. Then sometimes they're just skipping the evaluation and just providing tutorials. And I think I have used some of those toolkits and the derivative of those toolkits. A common issue I have seen among these toolkits was you are gonna be probably wasting a lot of time using their toolkits if they do not have benchmarks, because my experience was that after download their toolkits and use their models, and I found the model performance was not as expected, then you can see that I wasted 1 week of trying their toolkits, right? All right, last thing I want to mention is the Nemo toolkit. I would say this is a very good toolkit because lately what I've been knowing is NVIDIA has put a lot of effort into this. They're hiring people, they're putting money into this. They're targeting for service builders. They do have very large pre-trained models, but the problem, the issue is that for speech applications, they do not have large model support. Because I was expecting they fine-tune the Whisper model, but definitely you can see that it's probably not a good idea for NVIDIA to fine-tune OpenAI models because they are both large companies. And I didn't see any near future plan of supporting that. As I mentioned that in a couple of slides in the past sharing, you can definitely know that I personally think that Whisper is the best large model you should leverage in the speech domain, because the Whisper version 3, they train out of millions of hours of data with transcriptions. And let me tell you, even those transcriptions are ASR generated or not very heavily annotated by or validated by human beings, but they are still better than the unsupervised trained speech representations, for example, Wave2Vec or Hilbert, etc., because transcription is very important. Okay, where we were. Talking about evaluations, I wouldn't say Hugging Face models, they have no evaluations because there are hundreds of them. I couldn't see every of them, but about 99% of the toolkits or models I've seen, they don't have evaluations. If you do not agree with me, please comment in the comment section, and I will check the repo. For Nemo, for the speech part, it's very surprising they do not have any evaluations. They have people, they are paid to do this. They don't have evaluations on their models. You may argue this, wait, they do have papers. The papers have the numbers. Let me tell you what, 99% of the time, the numbers reported on the paper are not like the number after you run their models. Okay, this is why I say they do not have evaluations of their models. Deployment support, I don't think they have any customization support, no, except the Nemo. They do claim that if you want to have support with the development, because they developed something called the TensorRT, which is just supposed to accelerate the inference speed. And also, what I know is that they also provide, take the speech recognition, for example, they have their own speech decoder or speech recognizer, which is built on top of their TensorRT. I think you can definitely contact them so they can give you some support on that. But let me tell you, the speed you will get, how do you say that? Their support speed is slow. Suppose you met an issue today, you're gonna be get the answer probably 1 week after. That's not I won't ask them this question. But definitely, and also when you talk about support, you have to talk with their salespeople. You see there's a long report chain or chain over there to get something done, right? Talking about customization support, I put no there because I didn't hear any of my friend has used the NVIDIA to work out some new features for them. Maybe my friends are out of these large customers. Probably you bought a 10,000s of H100 from NVIDIA, you will get customization support. But if you're a small or mid-sized companies, definitely the answer is no. I mentioned that they do not support large model. Well, you can say, okay, wait, Whisper is a large model. Why do you say that they do not support large model? What I meant here is that the customization or fine-tuning of the large models, Whisper only released a very low efficiency decoder. They didn't release the trainer. Okay, we will share our trainer with you if you contact us. Okay, customization, yes. Again, please do not forget, we are a data vendor. We also provide customized in-domain speech-related data sets for you to fine-tune your speech-related model, so you can have your in-house customized, optimized speech service. All right, I'm gonna stop here. And thank you for paying attention to our meetup, and thank you for being us. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me by scanning the QR code. And thank you very much.